Hi Rachel, it is Wednesday, May 18th at 10:54 p.m. because I'm a procrastinator, and this is my exam review stuff.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Everything that's wonderful is what I feel when we're together. Brighter than a lucky penny when you're near. The rain goes, disappears, dear, and I feel so fine.
This is totally our math
just
class.
to know that you are mine.
Well, I would like to tell you that in that video, congratulations on getting 20 writing utensils in your hair, but your voice in sped up video is adorable. For those first 30 seconds, you sounded like I would imagine a kitten would sound like when it talked. That was adorable. Thank you. You made my day with that. Also, congratulations to your fro uncles. It's amazing to have an afro. Madame Hyde actually even said that I should grow an afro because I put that vote up on Facebook to see if my brother should grow a full afro. But my mom is very much against it. She told my brother, you're not African American. I was like, that seems a little bit... Never mind. It doesn't matter. I think people of all races should be able to wear afros if they so wished. But, oh well. She said he could grow it out, though. I'm not sure how that'll turn out. Well, anyway, I have 8 days till my summer break, and I'm stressing over finals. This is what I don't like, is that our school tends to have finals last week of school. I liked how it was at Clay, where you had your finals and then you just had several weeks of winding down, having fun. Because I think that truly the last couple weeks of school are often the most fun. Because it's not like you do nothing, but you learn a lot of fun stuff because you're not under all the pressure. Here, people are getting sick. I got sick because people are under so much freaking pressure to study for these finals. I think it could have been organized a little bit better. So I'm studying. I've got my math final. I have some nice review there. I've got my English final where it's an essay. What we had to do was we had to choose the book this year that we think we will remember the most in the next 5 years, The Odyssey, and the book that I think I'll forget in the next 5 years, Of Mice and Men. Even after the second time, this hasn't gotten any better. If you haven't noticed, both of these are repeated books, but I might change mine just because I don't want to repeat. And The Odyssey is wonderful. I think I really like this book. I'm choosing between this and House on Mango Street. You know what? No. I'm choosing this. I like it better. There you go. That was a quick choice. But this one's the one that I think I'll remember. This is the one I think I forget. Because I'm just going to practice here because I'll need this for my English. Because this book has a lot more adventures. In my opinion, the characters are much more well developed. I, for some reason, am very interested in things that take place in ancient Greece, especially with all their hospitality traditions. You remember how he would go to the different, islands and sort of expect hospitality, and that's where he went wrong. That whole culture about always being gracious to your guest seems to have been lost in the recent future, and I just like seeing it. I just like seeing it in this old book. I also just ancient Greece. I mean, the fact that there's two subplots with the gods and the people, I sort of like that. It makes it more interesting, especially since they interact. And it's very action-y, and it has tons of themes, and very well-developed characters that you can easily see, but it's not too obvious. I'm reading Secret Life of Bees right now, and it has a very nice plot and wonderful imagery. I love the imagery in that book. You could just imagine like you're there. But it's extremely obvious when they're trying to incorporate a theme. And actually, today I asked a question about that an English teacher, and he said yes, she does tend to be a little bit obvious. And for some reason, I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy when a book is too obvious about what it's trying to convey. But I don't like it when it's completely... House on Mango Street was really cryptic. You had to search really far deep in there in order to get a lot of the things that she was trying to point out. And it was really short, but I think that she tried too hard to hide things. This, I think, had wonderful themes, and I just love it. Although, truly, it's a little bit violent at the end. Don't really like it, but I think it was well written. It was well written. I don't agree with the whole revenge thing, but, you know, this book, I don't like. I simply do not like this book. The end would make anyone cry. You add the best friend shooting the other best friend in the head, which I would never do to you, by the way. Love. But, it would be a sob story to anyone. And I think that maybe it's just because this book is so short, but there's not much character development. I mean, you see Lenny barely changes at all, and the only thing that changes in other guy. Where's the other guy? George. The only thing that changes in George is at the end he makes a decision, which is not necessarily a character change. And for some reason, books in the South, I liked Secret Life of Bees because it was at Honey Farm, which made it a little bit interesting. But Farm in the 1800s would put me to sleep. It would put me to sleep. I don't know, the whole farm world. Unless I'm reading like Cajas de Cartón, which is in Spanish about migrant workers. It wasn't very interesting. Just wasn't very interesting to me, and it was very hard to get through this book, even though it was only 104 pages. So, that is for my English final. Then I have Spanish. I have a lot of, like, pretérito and imperfecto. Different. Hi. Okay. My mom says hi. Well, anyway. You have a whole bunch of different vocab that I need to get through. And especially, we're learning the rules for accent marks. And I'm having... Actually, no, I can remember that pretty well. It's just sometimes I don't know how to pronounce some words. And that makes it a little bit harder to classify. I'm also learning different ways to... Like, you have pretérito and imperfecto. Those are different types of past tense for verbs. And I need to memorize the endings and the irregulars for those and the future tense. And that's basically what we're doing, and just vocab. Then I have my social studies. Well, for social studies, I have to write 3 essays. They're short essays. It's like 3 essays in 2 hours. So, this is humanities, and we're supposed to write them on different... Sorry, logging into my school's portal. Switch accounts. Okay, we have to write them on different topics, and one of them is the French Revolution, which I could go on and on about. I love the French Revolution. I just love that whole topic. Although, once it gets to the Reign of Terror, it's like, okay, we get it. There was a lot of blood. The guy who started it out ended up really just messed up. Messed up completely. I think his name was Robespierre. Yes, Robespierre was the main guy, and originally he was like, I don't like this whole guillotining business. Guillotine, sorry. It's too bloody. I think that the reason that we set up this government was to be for the people. He was like that at the beginning, and then once they overthrew the government and, you know, beheaded King Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette, he sort of got paranoid. That's when they came up with the Committee of Public Safety, which is horrible at protecting people's public safety. They guillotines tons and tons of people. All of a sudden, he became very bloodthirsty. And the French Revolution ended with his guillotining. Everybody guillotined him because he was just on a rampage. And then I have some stuff about the Enlightenment, like ideas of that, like human rights, and the idea that, like, logical thought, the sciences, that stuff. And I don't remember my 3rd topic. That stinks. I'll have to do that tomorrow. And then I have bio. A lot of stuff about biology. Like different echinoderms and chordates and stuff like that. I just need to review my notes for that. And that's pretty much it. That is what I am reviewing. I hope you enjoyed that. That was for my sake. I apologize. About the Algebra 2 trig class this summer. No, it wouldn't interfere with your visit because it's online, and I'm not even sure if I'll make it in because it has to do with a lot of my grades from 7th and 8th grade middle school math. You know what my grades were like in 8th grade geometry. In fact, I'm thinking that I'm doing a lot better this year because I redid geometry. I didn't get. Now I really like geometry. So I guess, mysterious ways. Well, I'm not even sure if I'll make it in. Depends on my grades. My mom's sending in, like, the tests that said that I would be able to count for Algebra 1, but she's sort of withholding the report card, hoping that they'll be able to accept that. Because I do get it. I definitely do get it. And I think I'll be able to continue on to Algebra 2. It's just in 7th grade. I'm not going to say that the teacher wasn't good. It's just her methods didn't fit with my method of learning. I'm a very oral person. I like listening to things. And she took a lot of notes. I'm not going to say anymore. Congratulations on bass clarinet. You are a little bit of a perfectionist, but not to the point where it's annoying. It's definitely not annoying. It's encouraged me to study better. You're the best studier I've ever known. I'm a good student, but I tend to procrastinate a lot. As reference to this 11:06 p.m. video. Yo, what was that just came out of my ear? Oh, conditioner. I hate that. I was like, scratch ear, what the? Because I was washing my hair and conditioner got in my ear. Okay, that's better. Yeah, you are a little bit of a perfectionist. It's not to the point where it's annoying, definitely. Just enough of a perfectionist to be an amazing studier and to perform to the best of your abilities. I don't think it's not annoying. It doesn't make me think, oh, she's a, perfectionist can be used with a negative connotation. But with you, it's perfectionist as in you like getting things right, and it's not in any way arrogant or, I think it's to the right level. It's not in any way extreme. And you'll be amazing. You'll be amazing. That's the one downside to being a little bit of a perfectionist is that you're, like, really nervous. And don't be, because you're awesome. 23 days now until you come over. I'm so excited. 10-17. I just wrote something there that I don't know what it is. Am I going to have a quinceañera? Probably not a formal one. That takes at least a year to plan. With dancers, it's almost like a wedding. It's to that scale. So probably not. Also, book burning, June 10th. That's the day that you'll come here. And I just got invited to a friend to a beach. Like, we're going to a beach where they're allowed to have fires, and we might have a book burning for high school. If you're interested, tell me definitely in the next video so that I might be able to ask her if I could bring someone along. Well, today I had my last confirmation class, and I'm getting confirmed on June 4th. I'm really excited for it. Although, sadly, a lot of kids in the class are... I wouldn't like to say that 8th graders aren't... Let's say at that point, 8th graders still have to be required to go to their religious ed in order to confirm. So you have a lot of kids there who aren't interested, who don't want to be there. And it's sort of sad because there's a couple people who really are interested in this, and there's a lot of people going, I don't want to be here, it's my parents who said I should. And the person who is directing this is getting sort of frustrated. I see her with the baptism people, even if they're like 30. She's like best friends with them. They'll say hi in the hallway. Here she's like, I'm really trying to help you guys out, and I feel so bad for her because it's a hard job. She's working with teenagers now. Horrible stereotype. Stupid hormones. Well, anyway, that's what's going on. Then I had a Bible study where we were learning. We just read the readings for next year. You know how I told you that there's different cycles, and so we know the readings for the next week. We got a little rock, and I wrote notes on here. So I've got this little stone here because the ladies at Bible study are awesome. I'll see you in 23 days. I'm over time already. Okay. Good night, DFTBA.